Hey y'all, it's Lena's Lifeline. Thank you for tuning in. I am very excited to talk to you guys today about the topic that I have prepared for you guys. And so basically, this topic is about recognizing God's voice. So before we get started, as always, I want to thank God for allowing me to be here and be able to do this, speak to you guys, and speak the word to you guys, and just be able to enjoy life doing what I love. I thank you guys for tuning in and watching, and get ready because this is going to be something good. So first, I am going to tell you guys a story that personally happened to me and how I handled it. So, a very close friend of mine was going through a really hard time. And when they do get in this mind state to where they can't handle things on their own, or they don't know what to do, they do get intoxicated and they drink. And sometimes they drink until they don't remember what they're doing, or until it gets out of control. So this particular day, this person did start drinking quite a bit. And if you don't know me, I'm no longer the person that's going to force myself to help somebody or force myself to talk to somebody. If somebody wants to talk to me or needs my help, they will come to me. So this particular person was sitting at a table and they were talking. I don't know if they were talking to me. I don't know if they were talking to God. I don't know what they were doing. At this moment, I was just like, I'm going to let them speak to themselves and I'm going to do what I'm doing. And at the moment, I was watching a show. And so I told God, if it's meant for me to go up and talk to them, let me know. I never got the feeling. God never spoke to me to tell me, to talk to them and everything. So things just played out. They continued to talk to themselves, talk to God, whoever it was. They then got up from the seat and proceeded closer to me. So I adjusted myself to, let them sit down and talk. So when this person sat down to talk to me, the first thing that came out of their mouth was, "Where is your compassion? Where is your compassion?" Mind you, I was not expecting this. Not at all. So with that being said, I had to stop and think. What is the real meaning of compassion? I didn't know. So right there, I had to stop and I had to get my phone out and look. Turns out that compassion is basically pity, or the concern of another suffering, as I should say. In my head, it's pity. So when I seen that word pity, my first reaction was, I'm not gonna pity you. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know why you're going through it. But I know that God's not making you go through it for no reason. And this person looked at me and said, "What do you mean?" And I said, "I'm not gonna pity you." And that grew anger in this person. And with being in God the way I am, it didn't bother me any. It lit something in them. I don't know whether it made Satan mad because he couldn't get to me the way he wanted to, or if the person just was expecting something different. So I continued to ask this person, "What do you mean by compassion?" And this person said, "I was sitting there at the table crying and you didn't come in there." And I looked at this person and said, "You didn't ask me to. If you wanted to talk to me, if you wanted to cry to me, you would have came to me like you usually do. And you would have told me, or you would have did this. Or I told the person, I just thought you were praying. And the person said, well, no, I wasn't. I was crying. So where is your compassion? I said, I'm not going to pity you. But I thought you were talking to God. Then the person proceeded to say, well, I was talking to God and God told me to ask you, where is your compassion? And the first thing that came out of my mouth was that really God? Because at this moment in time, you're intoxicated. You aren't fully there to block off the enemy. You don't have the word in your head nor in your spirit to block off the enemy from your mind at the moment. So are you sure that was God talking to you and not the enemy? Not Satan? Trying to turn you on me, making you think that I didn't care, or I didn't care that you were crying, or I didn't want to be around you, whatever it may be. And the person got mad. What do you mean? Well, I mean, was it God talking or was it Satan talking? Do you know the difference? They were intoxicated. They couldn't know the difference. And honestly, that is the reason we need to be able to recognize the voice of God. And James 4:7, it says, submit yourself to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. You can't resist the devil if you're allowing him in. If you're doing something that allows him in, which allows you to not have control over yourself, then you're letting him in. You're not making him flee from you. So if you're allowing him to get into you, you're not submitting yourself. You're not resisting the devil. You're inviting him in. So, yes, this person was intoxicated and their guard was down and the enemy was in their head trying to get them to flip on me because Satan knew what God had in me for him. And he tested it. And as you'll know, Satan always asks for permission. So Satan asked for permission from God to be like, hey, can I test your child real quick? See if they still got love for you? And of course, God's like, yeah. But if you don't resist that devil and make him flee from you and invite him in, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, anyways, so, with all that being said, that story is 100% true. And when that person sobered up, I had a conversation with them. And it didn't just end there, it actually got a little deeper. To the point to where I had to rebuke the devil and put my hand on the head of that person and rebuke the devil because it got that bad. And a lot of people don't realize that this stuff is real. Alcohol, sex, any of this stuff that goes around that allows you to not have control over yourself allows the enemy in. Then what can you do? You can't submit yourself. You can't resist the devil. You can't make him flee. You're inviting him in. So make sure you're recognizing what voice is talking to you and what state of mind you're in to realize what voice is talking to you. Because most people are like, oh, well, God said. Well, no, honey, God didn't say. Satan said, and Satan is testing you to show God. So that's why you have to be in the Word, fasting, and in church. Because Satan is out to steal, kill, and destroy. And he's not going to stop until he gets what he wants. But it's our job to stop this. And that's what I'm here for, trying to do it as best as I can. So, with that being said, this is Lena's Lifeline. Just listen. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll talk next time.